Motor Week, television's original automotive magazine. Brought to you by
Rock Auto has auto parts from hundreds of manufacturers. No matter what customers drive, they can purchase online from a comprehensive selection of brands, prices, and specifications. RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Pat Goss is in his garage, and this week he has some cooling advice that's just in time for summer cruising.
John, it's miserable. It's hot outside, you're in traffic, the air conditioning isn't working, and you're sweating your tail off. Well, before you take the car to the repair shop, there are some things you can check yourself, starting with the cabin air filter. If it looks like this, replace it with one that looks like this. If you can't circulate air into the cabin, you're not going to be cool. Then follow that by a check of the condenser mounted right ahead of the radiator. If it's clogged up with dirt and debris like this one that we took out of a car, we can see with this light up here, as we move it down, the light actually disappears because it's clogged with crud from the road. Well, that can be cleaned with a garden hose and some engine cleaner. And lots of times that's all it needs. All right, what's next? Well, the next thing is moving air, and that means you need to look at the cooling fan on the car. Most cars have electric cooling fans, so when the air conditioning is on, the cooling fan should be running. If it isn't, well, you need to check the cooling fan relay. Now, that's usually mounted someplace very near the fan, and most of them are exposed to the weather, and the things you're looking for are burnt connectors and corrosion inside the connectors. And if you have the equipment, you may have to check the relay itself. Well, another thing that goes along with that is right here. If your car happens to use a mechanical fan, this is a fan clutch. This should engage when the engine is hot and there's hot air coming through the radiator. You rev the engine a little bit, and the fan that's attached to this should rev with the engine. If it continues to coast, perform a full test on it. Then, another thing you can look at right here, the compressor. The belt is turning with the engine. When the compressor is on, or when the air conditioning is on, the center part of the compressor should be turning with the belt. If it isn't, well, you go over here and you locate the pressure switch. You check the pressure switch, especially the connection, again for corrosion. Unplug it, reconnect it. Lots of times that'll take care of it. If it doesn't, well, you probably need a professional. Then one thing you don't do is you don't head to the parts store and buy one of these kits and start dumping refrigerant into it, because too much refrigerant can be worse than not enough. Can actually damage parts. And one thing is for sure, you can't diagnose an air conditioning system with one gauge. It takes two in the comparison between two readings. So better off to leave that sort of thing to the professional. And if you have a question or comment, write to me. The address is Motor Week, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117.
Motor Week has been brought to you by
Rock Auto has auto parts from hundreds of manufacturers. No matter what customers drive, they can purchase online from a comprehensive selection of brands, prices, and specifications. RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.